day to our Spin readers. We're here at the Summit Studio for the very first edition of the Spin.ph Sidelines. And we're here to discuss the college season. The college basketball season is upon us, and we're here to discuss first the National Collegiate Athletic Association, the oldest collegiate league in the country. And we're here with Randolph Longson and Christian Jacinto, our Spin.ph writers, to discuss ano nga ba ang mangyayari sa anong aabangan natin for the upcoming NCAA Season 95. Who do you think will make the Final Four in this latest season of the NCAA?
Sa akin, of course, BEDA is expected to be there. They're the defending champions, shooting for a 4-peat. Of course, expected din natin yung Lyceum back-to-back run-up finishes. And Coach Topex, medyo expected natin na they will still be there even though without CJ Perez. And yung huli kong dalawa would be LETRAN and San Sebastian. Sila talaga yung nagpakitang gilas nung preseason, and we see them sustaining their group pagdating ng NCAA.
It's pretty much the same kay Randolph. Although I think yung 3, 4, 5, 6 would be sobrang gulo, especially with Perpetual still there, yung Coach Frankie, and nandun pa naman sila Edgar Charcos, and then of course I wouldn't be surprised kung yung Arellano or Mapua makes a run for it. So pero if 4 lang, yun talaga yung LETRAN, San Beda, Lyceum, and San Sebastian.
The defending champion San Beda, coming off a 3-peat, is the 4-peat on the horizon for the defending champs?
It's always on the horizon. When you're talking about San Beda, championships are always on the horizon. Basically, yun yung benchmark ng San Beda since, 2006. So it's been that way for the longest time, and I don't expect it to change this year. Pero when this has to be the most, probably the hardest route for San Beda. Kasi wala nang Bolik, wala nang Mocon, and syempre sila Evanelli, sila James Canlas. They're good. They're gonna be really good players, pero are they on the same level as Bolik was last year, Mocon was last year, or sila Baser noon, or sila Garbo noon? We're yet to find out. So I think they're still solid. I think the expectation should be mataas pa rin, pero it's probably the hardest season for San Beda right now.
I agree. San Beda is bracing for what could be its most vulnerable year. May mga taon na natatalo sila sa championship. Pero even though natatalo sila sa championship against San Sebastian and LETRAN for the past decade, malakas pa rin yung team nila eh. Pero ito, losing key guys in Robert Bolik and JV Mo na nakikita natin nagpe-perform sa PBA na ngayon, medyo masakit talaga. But ang pinakamagandang nangyari for Coach BOYET Fernandez in the off-season is bata man yung koponan niya, he developed maturity, and eventually nakuha naman niya yun dun sa kanyang young backcourt na si Evan Elie and James Canlas. Of course, the veteran presence of Donald Takua is there. Solid din yung pinapakita ni Calvin Oftana, but the mystery para sa akin dito sa Red Lions would be yung play ng kanilang veterano na si Clint Doliges at si AC Soberano, dahil sanay tayo pagdating sa San Beda yung kung sino yung mga final year o yung mga seniors, sila talaga yung gumagawa, but this time most of the responsibility has been vested dun sa mga bata nila. So if they can get their veterans going, yung 4-peat hindi malabo.
You've covered the D-League. Canlas, do you think he's the real deal? Sinasabi ni Coach BOYET na the future is safe. Yan, ano masabi sa kay James?
Actually, sinasabi nga even last season na he is the future of San Beda, and we asked him again during the off-season, yung future na yun, ito na yung present talaga nila eh. He's been really good since last season, a candidate pa dun sa Rookie of the Year race, but we expect him without Robert Bolik ngayon to really take the leadership role pagdating sa San Beda, at pinapakita nila during dun sa mga summer tournaments.
We're talking about the next their finals opponents, the Lyceum Pirates. What's life going to be without CJ Perez?
Well, life goes on. Favorite quote ni Coach Topics yun. I think he has a good team. Solid naman yung naiwan sa kanya. You have the Marcelinos, Mike Susu, then si Raymar Caduyak, and then of course yung mga nakuha nila from San Sebastian. Have Lorenzo Navarro, Jason David, sino itong big man nila? Alvin Baichong.
Yeah.
So looking at it, solido pa yung lineup nila. They have the means to compete against anyone. And of course, yung system naman ni Coach Topex wouldn't really change. Actually, last season, there were times na they were winning games na nakaupo si CJ. Mainly because yung system nila runs through the twins, kay JC at kay JV. And when they get it going, usually, that's when good things happen for Lyceum. And I think that's one thing na matutuloy nila this year, even without CJ Perez.
But it's gonna be tough. Again, CJ Perez is CJ Perez. Like what Coach Topex Robinson always says. And hindi lang si CJ yung nawala eh. Yung stabilizer nila na si MJ Ayay who has been their veteran last year. Medyo mabigat yun. Most of the responsibility will be vested dun sa kambal. And a big issue for the Pirates heading into the season would be injuries. Sinabi ni Coach Topex Robinson na si Mike Susu na big man nila is still recovering from a jammed index finger. So sabi niya he may be doubtful for the season opener, but if not, baka in the first week he will play. But again, most of the spotlight will be placed on the guards dito. Kasi again, yung mawawala sa'yo, CJ Perez, 18, 8 and 4 yung average niya last season. Saan ka hanap ng ganong do-it-all presence para sa Lyceum? And finding that na you are asking that from Raymar Caduyak and the other wings like Jason David, that may be too much to ask. But kilala natin si Coach Topex Robinson. He will find ways to make things happen para sa Lyceum.
The Knights are siguro one of the on-the-rise teams sa college. Do you think they're ready to seize the crown this season?
Dapat. All those years under Coach Jeff, binibuild na nila yung team nila. And right now, eligible na yung ibang players. Although Christian Farito won't be joining them this year, it's a major blow. Wala rin si Bong, si JP. Pero kompleto pa rin naman eh. They have Jeric Balanza, look good after nung surgery. Sobrang ganda ng pinapakita niya sa D-League, sobrang ganda ng pinakita niya sa Piloil, and I think he's ready to make the jump as the leader of this team. And then, doon pa rin sila, Rimuyang, malaki pa rin sila. Hindi na kahit nawala si Christian Farito, you have guys like si Ular, si Sanggalang, then si Balagasay, doon pa rin. So, kompleto yung core ng LETRAN, and I don't think meron silang excuse to miss the Final Four this year. Wala. It's been that way for the past couple of years. Laging may injury, laging hindi kompleto, laging may issues. Pero now, I think with medyo stable sila ngayon, the expectation should be high sa LETRAN. And if you're asking me if they have the capabilities of winning the championship, I think yes. You know, it's a wide open race sa NCAA. And most certainly, meron silang pyesa to win it.
The biggest question mark for LETRAN ngayon is how are they adapting to the change of coaching? Remember, 3 years under Coach Jeff Napa, he has built this team from the ground up, and then all of a sudden, biglang nawala. Coach Bonitan has proven to be capable. Balik NCAA to, remember, nag-coach na to sa Lyceum before, and the materials are there. But yun nga, the strength of the Knights will be their bigs na nandyan si Larry Muyang, nandyan si Gio Ambohot, nandyan yung mga agile na sila, Christian Balagasay, yung mga ganong players. King Caralipio has been performing, and like what Christian said earlier, Jeric Balanza has never looked better. Parang masabi natin, compare mo dun sa laro niya last season before yung unfortunate na nangyari sa kanya to now, he has really thrived dun sa pagiging go-to guy, and inamin naman ni Jeric na yun talagang alam niyang kailangan niyang maghabol. He felt bad for missing the Final Four dahil nga dun sa nangyari sa kanya, and unfortunately it ended in a defeat sa kanilang semifinal. So he has taken the leadership role na finulfill ni Bong Quinto at ni JP Calvo last year.
They're one of the tallest lineups or tallest squads this season. Parang sila ba ang tingin yung parang best matchup to beat San Beda or with their also tall lineup?
Hindi lang to beat San Beda. Again, we are in the final year of yung NCAA having foreign players, and sa NCAA ngayon, if I'm not mistaken, 3 koponan na lang yung merong foreign players, and LETRAN has been primed for the past 2 years na malaki talaga yung investment nila when it comes to their front line. Larry Muyang, Gio Ambot, before the unfortunate happenings nung off-season, Christian Farito was also there. Ato Ular has gotten great confidence with this MPBL stint. So, when it comes to talking about the tallest team, height is really might for LETRAN.
So next, San Sebastian naman tayo. Nawala si Michael Calisaan, who's now in the pros. Next in line is RK Ilagan and Alin Bulanadi. Do you think where can they take the Stags this season?
Again, on the record, I think RK Ilagan is the best scorer in college. You know, he's a player who can hit up anytime, who can create shots for himself, make shots anywhere on the floor. So I think he is the best scorer in college. And samahan mo yon ng Bulanadi, who can virtually do anything. Can play the 4, can play the 3, who can defend players from the point guard position to big man, and dumrive, can create contact and get free throws. I think solid yung foundation ng San Sebastian with RK and Bulanadi, and that's why I believe that they're gonna make the Final Four. The issue now for San Sebastian is finding help for those two. Kasi medyo, yun nga, nawala yung supporting cast nila, nasa LICU, makakalaban na nila this season. So, medyo manipis yung bench nitong San Sebastian. And that's something that Coach Egay will have to figure out if they want to make history for San Sebastian this year. Pero all in all, I think they're still formidable. With RK, with Alin, you really can't go wrong, di ba?
Parang hindi naman question yung Ilagan tsaka Bulanadi. Actually, the biggest concern nga para kay Coach Egay is yung legal labas na naging issue nila last season. That beset their season, and at least this year, those two, at least especially for RK, he understands na kailangan niyang bumawi, kailangan niyang mag-make up dun sa misgivings niya from last season. But like what Christian said, given mo yung 1-2 punch ng RK Ilagan tsaka Alin Bulanadi, the question is kung sino yung tutulong dun sa dalawa. The spotlight is on Alvin Capobres, Ken Villapando, Arjan De La Cruz. Kailangan nilang makakuha ng contributions from the other guys dahil as much as alam nating magaling yung top 2 players nila, hindi pwedeng yung dalawa lang yung gumawa kung gusto nilang umabante.
Do you think with the outside distractions last season, do you think they still overachieved despite those outside happenings?
Medyo mahirap mag-gauge kasi everyone thought they will make it to the Final Four. And they had a late stretch doon na nakasunod-sunod sila ng panalo, but they can only get to 6 wins. Again, if mawala yung mga pinondo mo ng first round, yung mga panalo mo doon, mahirap talagang maghabol. But for them to finish at 6-12, that's decent enough. But again, with the expectations that high, good enough isn't enough for San Sebastian. So, itong taon na to, it's their chance for redemption. It's their chance to show that they really belong, and we even dare to say na they can even make it to the finals kung maayos talaga yung magiging lalaruin nila this season 95.
Just to add lang dun sa tanong mo kay Randolph, I think they would have made the finals last year kung hindi nangyari yung external issues. Remember, RK didn't play for one whole round, first round, and then they had wins overturned. Siyempre, di ba, in a team, sobrang nakakababa ng moral yun eh. And even though ganun yung nangyari, they finished the second round strong. So, di ba, yung ganong klaseng decisions, it could change yung trajectory ng buong team eh. And I think it really changed San Sebastian's trajectory. I felt like they were primed to at least make the finals last year kasi ang taas na ng laro ni Bulanadi, taas na ng laro ni RK, and of course Michael Calisahan in his last year. Sobrang lakas maglaro ni Michael. So, sayang. But I think, yun nga, with that in mind, syempre naglalaro sa isip ni RK yun. I think he's primed for a very good year this year.
I have it, very first edition of the Spin Sidelines video series. We talked about the NCAA Season 95 preview. On behalf of our production crew, my name is Carlos Sacamos, and thank you for watching this first edition. See you again next time.